Are you okay? The question hangs in the air, a confident taunt from a man who lives for the fight. Standing firm on a speeding freight train, he tosses his iconic red and white cap high, catching it with a smirk. This is Terry Bogard, the legendary Hungry Wolf, a hero forged in the crucible of tragedy and tempered by a thirst for justice. But his journey wasn't always one of confidence and power. It began on a dark, rain-slicked night in the corrupt streets of Southtown, with a promise whispered over a fallen father. They would dedicate their lives to becoming strong enough to avenge their father's death. They would train, they would fight, and one day, they would make Geese Howard pay for his sins. This singular, burning purpose set them on two different paths, scattering them across the globe in a desperate quest for power. While Andy traveled to Japan to master the ways of the ninja, Terry sought out the legendary Master Tung Fu Ru. Under Tung's guidance, Terry learned to harness the raw energy of the earth itself, channeling it into his own unique fighting style. It was here that his signature techniques were born. He learned to slam his fist into the ground, sending a power wave of energy surging towards his opponent. He mastered the Burn Knuckle, a devastating forward lunge wreathed in fiery energy. With his new skills honed and his spirit hardened, Terry returned to the place where his nightmare began, Southtown. His target was the King of Fighters tournament, a brutal competition hosted by none other than Geese Howard himself, the only path for a street fighter to reach the untouchable man at the top. The fated climax arrived at the pinnacle of Geese Tower, a monument to its owner's greed and power. The battle was a clash of titans, a furious storm of fists and feet that shook the skyscraper to its foundations. Terry, bruised, battered, and pushed to his absolute limit, refused to yield. Yet, in a stunning act of mercy, Terry lunged forward, his hand outstretched to save the man who had destroyed his life. But Geese, ever defiant, met his compassion with a mocking laugh, slapping Terry's hand away to embrace his fall into the darkness. Instead, he remained a wandering warrior, a lone wolf guided by his own moral compass. In his greatest act of heroism, he discovered Geese's young, abandoned son, Rock Howard. Seeing his own orphaned past reflected in the boy's eyes, Terry chose forgiveness over hatred. He took Rock in, raising him as his own son and breaking the generational chain of vengeance. Terry Bogard, forever the wandering hero, the hungry wolf with a heart of gold.